I used to get fascinated with people, just going into these tall skyscraper buildings and all, but then obviously not knowing what happens inside. I had a business analyst in my team. Then I just went straight to my manager and I told that, I want to get into the business analyst side because I really want to know that why we are building anything. And then I shadowed my senior business analyst. That's how that journey started, because I think if you want to grow up in the ladder, it's good you do some bit of homework at your end. I mean, I was definitely looking out for, some cohort programs. My husband actually, told me about Airtribe.
Hey Swati, good to meet you finally.
Yeah, finally we are meeting, Navneet. It's great.
So you have been part of the Airtribe community for a while, one of the champions of the community. I think you were part of the first cohort with Naga. I wanted to use this opportunity to get to know more about you and your experiences with the community so far. To start with, I would be interested in knowing more about your background in terms of what you wanted to be growing up and how it all led to, where you are right now.
Okay. So to start with, I come from a family, although my father is not into that, but then I come from a family where, most of them are either into medical or medicine or, into engineering background. So I was like, okay, I think I'll also become one of them. So then it was kind of predefined. And I was very much interested into medicines. But then I think God has its own plans and, all that happened. And I I kind of got interested into engineering. And again, which I didn't do. I went into, doing my bachelor's because I thought everyone is doing engineering. So then I was like, let's do something else. So then I went into, BSc thing. So then I did that. And then out of nowhere, I got this opportunity from Wipro being my first company that, this campus recruitments happen. And then I kind of got into it. And so that's how I, got into the IT industry, I used to get fascinated with people, just going into these tall skyscraper buildings and all, but then obviously not knowing what happens inside. So I was like, okay, let's give a try. Then I just joined, with no plan. And I moved into, so, they predefine it, right? That you get into development or into testing or then into marketing like that. So I was moved into testing there back then. I tried my best to, give my 100% into that particular area, but I was not interested. I got into manual testing and then I tried learning automation, but then it was not at all, something cup of my, I would say, cakewalk for me. And after that, I was always interested, like why we are building anything, anything like any requirement comes up, like I was always interested why we are doing it. And that authority I didn't have, when I was into testing, right? Because testing was kind of very specific that you have to test these many list of features. So then I decided, I had a business analyst in my team. Then I just went straight to my manager and I told that, I want to get into the business analyst side because I really want to know that why we are building anything. Okay. So then I shadowed my senior business analyst. That's how that journey started, where it was customer centric for me. There I was like, okay, this is something, but again, like it had its own challenges. I had no knowledge about, what is business analysis all about and, how I should actually approach the customers, because when you are working in an organization and a very big organization, you don't actually get to speak to the customers again, right? And the reach to even to the director level is quite slow. So that was the lag what I felt. So the first thing what I did is I did a certification, that is CSPO, that is Certified Scrum Product Owner, which gave me a little bit knowledge on what is Scrum, what's Agile, because, when I started my career back then 8-9 years ago, waterfall model was into the focus. So then I did that certification and then it was time for me to, switch. I was like, I'm done 4 years in Wipro now I need to switch. And with very minimal experience on business analysis, I cracked interviews. Okay, so that was, I think, more of, I should not be, being very honest on that part. But then I think I cracked a lot of interviews. I was very good. Very minimal experience on business analysis, but then I did that. And then my journey started of so in my second company also, I was, into business analysis itself. So my third company then, where I kind of got into the product-based organization. So where I joined Victoria's Secret. So I was really excited because it is a product-based organization where you actually get to know what your customers are liking, what they are not liking. So my focus was always on that area. But all these things, cracking interviews or getting into that level, all that was fine. But I think I did a lot of study for my, inner development also. Watching a lot of videos. And since I was in Bangalore, so Bangalore is a hub of startups, right? So getting to know like how these startups work and, what are the pain points for the customers. So all that. So, interacting with those kind of people also kind of helped me. And Victoria's Secret definitely helped me a lot. Because there, even though I was more on the analysis part of it, we use certain tools where, it kind of made us understand that, what customers like and what they don't like. So my focus was more on the personalization of the website. So and my favorite domain is also e-commerce and retail. So that is something I really enjoy. A domain which always keeps you on your toes. But I think I love, doing that. And yes, as I mentioned, personalization. So we build a lot of, we design a lot of things for our applications in Victoria's Secret. So then it was fun. It was really great. And that was a time when I actually also joined Airtribe, because then I was like, okay, now I'm at a phase where I can handle a team and, I can take higher responsibilities where, I should be actually sitting with the directors of the company. So that was a time I felt, but for that I needed to do again some homework, before again because I think if you want to grow up in the ladder, it's good you do some bit of homework at your end. So that's how I came to know about Airtribe. I was actually trying to understand that, what can help me to brush up my skills. So, and then Airtribe happened to me. So there's a little bit of a funny story behind that. I mean, I was definitely looking out for, some cohort programs. My husband actually, told me about Airtribe. He was supposed to join and then he got into something else because, he got busy with some of his activities. And then he's like, you should join. And, it is always like that, right? Maybe the second eye is the one who identifies you that you have these qualities and you should be good at it.
Yeah.
And then he was like, you should join it because I know you can do better in this particular area. Then I was like, okay, let me try. So, I was with that particular intention because obviously I was busy with my work and then, joining a program, giving that much of time to something dedicatedly, right? But then I was like, okay, now when he's saying that, let me join it. And I think I did a really great decision, by joining Airtribe.
That's very interesting story. I didn't know about this, but this is something I keep hearing these days at Airtribe. Husbands recommending a coach to their wives and vice versa. And it's such an interesting referral mechanism that we never actually planned for, but it happens.
Yeah, perks of being in the same field, right?
Yeah.
So then recommending each other.
And how was the experience with the overall program?
Yeah, so basically this was my first cohort learning program. So I had zero knowledge. So, but I think I'm glad that I took this decision and I got into this particular community program. So of course I had my set of questions when the onboarding happened. I did ask my set of questions that, who are the ones who will be actually, mentoring us and what kind of experiences it will help us with, right? And basically networking, that is one thing what as product management is very important, I feel. Networking, sharing each other's knowledge. So then I was very much interested into networking part of the community also. So, and I think I got all of it in Airtribe, right? Like when it came to mentorship, that was bang on. It was really good. And when it come, I think the interesting part was the breakout sessions, one thing which I want to mention, and the capstone project. I think that was amazing. I mean, I had a very, very good experience in that particular area.
That was a group project in your case, right?
Yeah, it was a group project. But our mentor was really great, he had a lot of brainstorming questions for us, and all of us had different views, and that's how you build something, right? When you have different views, and then you collaborate on one particular view, right? It should not be always, okay, one of the person has told, okay, we have to follow A, then we all will follow A. It should not be like that. You should follow A, B, C, and then come up with one particular direction. So that happened in our particular project.
So Swati, now you are a PM at 7-Eleven. What do you think you applied from the program and which helped you in the role?
Yeah, so I specifically I took up this program because I was looking for a change and to promote myself into a product management role, basically. So because I wanted clarity, because everywhere I used to hear that if you are if you want to get into that managerial side, then you should know a little bit of technical, and then there are some certain responsibilities which kind of didn't match with mine, because I'm not from the technical background and I never wanted to get into the technical side of the domain. Not like I don't have knowledge. I do have knowledge, and that's my bit of homework what I do. And that's where I came to know, and this program kind of specifically helped me to give that clear definition about what a product manager is and what their focus should be. So that was one of the first clarities what I got. And another thing is, I got into this particular program. I, of course, I am in 7-Eleven working as a product manager now. So I'm still in contact with the mentors, right? So anytime if I have any clarifications required around product, or then if I am thinking something new, if I need to add to my because I'm specifically working on the digital application, if I need to add something new to my digital application, so it kind of they help me to guide through that, right? So main thing what kind of helped me with this program is, one thing is of course that clarity what I found, and it is helping me in my current organization, and the perks of having this network, because there's certain kind of validation what they provide you, because they have more experience, or they have more experience of working in products. So that validation, whenever I need, I have it from them. And I've made good friends also, and in this particular program. And how you deliver something, right? Because that part was missing in my career. In my previous organization, that was missing. I was not at the delivery part of it. Yeah. So that definitely helped me. This program definitely helped me, how you deliver a product, what should go into delivery of a product. And we did deliver a product. Like, in my last 6 months here, we did deliver a product to one of the new countries. So I'm pretty happy. And that confidence, what was missing, is something I achieved from this program.
That's good to know, Swati. We always say PM is a role that you learn on the job, but getting the fundamentals right is important, and also having a supportive network. So you are saying the network itself has been very helpful to you long after the program is over, right?
Yes, definitely.
And I think that is something many aspiring PMs or anyone getting into a new role doesn't appreciate enough, but only after they have been part of a network, they realize in all the ways it can be super helpful. Last but not the least, I would love to know, now that you have been a PM for the last 8-9 months, I guess. And I would say it's still early in a PM role, but how are you thinking about growing in your career from now onwards?
Okay. So, of course, I want to, achieve a lot more in this particular area, because a lot to learn still, and I'm growing with every day passing. But more interested to, get into the entrepreneurship side of it, where I build my own products, and then I hire product managers. That is something, I want to get into. That's a long-term plan, but I aspire to, do that, because as I mentioned earlier, I love building products, I love, getting customer feedbacks.
All the best, Swati, for your career product and also for building a startup in the next few years. Whenever you do, keep us posted. We would love to help you there.
Sure, definitely. I know I'll have your support. Thank you so much.
Thank you.